How to make extra money as a single parent. It's a lot easier than you think. I've done it from the beginning of becoming a parent. I became a single mom in 1999. So it's easier than you think, and I'm gonna talk about 3 things. How to find the thing you gotta do. Like, what's your skill set? What's the business gonna be? Or the side hustle, whatever you wanna call it. How do you charge for it? Because you gotta make money quick. Like, we're not gonna drone on about this and meditate and journal about it. We're gonna figure it out. You're gonna charge for it. And third, we're gonna talk about where to start, specifically how do you make some money today? Like, what a great test, right? If you're gonna go out and go for it, you gotta make some money, you gotta do it fast. Now, I'm not talking about your passion plan. I'm talking about making cash. We'll work on your passion plan later. Got it? Let's begin. So first of all, let's talk about being a single parent. It is on the rise, right? COVID has had people actually come back. They're living together going, oh gosh, I don't really want to live with you. It's interesting. I went to work for 8 hours and now I have to deal with you all day. So I kind of have a fun and funny attitude about it because it is what it is. So women, get over it and stop feeling guilty about it. Same with men, you got to get on to this new life. So I have a whole design your divorce while you're in love strategy, and it's really critical. It's about the kids, and you all heard it, but here's how you're going to do it. You've got to think, really, how's the money going to be divided that you can really support those kids? It's not about you. You're going to get over it. You're going to get your own thing. So single parenting, I honestly think it's fabulous. I have had the greatest, I don't even know that I would redesign it. I wouldn't even know how to redesign it. Because on January 8th, 1999, I woke up with a little thing and it had a little blue plus sign. So it was like a, oh my God moment. And I said, I'm gonna go be a mom. I was 34 years old and I can figure this out. So I started parenting. It wouldn't even occur to me. So I did exactly what I'm gonna tell you to do. I was already doing what I knew how to do, but I ramped it up. I was a great teacher. I was part of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad team. I knew how to teach the cash flow game. I knew Rich Dad, Poor Dad inside and out. But I knew for me to really go for it as a single parent, I needed to make it my own. But I wasn't ready. So I used mentors, I used a system. I have that exact system for you single parents. You can become affiliate of mine, you can sell my game, you can do exactly what I did. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then when I jumped and started really investing my money in 1999, which was the pivotal part, I became a millionaire in real estate and gas and oil. So between the business and my investing, I became a millionaire. I did all of my organization, sequencing I call it, in 6 months. So I tell you that story because I know what I'm doing. I love parenting. I'm a very strict, I take parenting at the highest level. I'm raising little souls to be extraordinary men and women. I'm not raising little boys and girls. So that takes a whole nother level of credibility and accountability. So these kids have to be involved. So I knew from the beginning Logan was going to travel the world with me. 6 years, almost 7 years later, I had my daughter Tristan, and she just joined the crew, and around the world they went. They don't know any different. They didn't know any different. It wasn't an explanation. And again, I share that because you're going to have a family. You're going to have a personal life and a professional life. And if you end up having a blended, separate life, you're going to have to design the kids to be a part of it. They cannot be separate, and you can't fight amongst them. They know. So include them in it. So now let's get to what do? Your skill sets. So how do you include them in it? All right, so I ran a seminar company. My kids were part of it. They would hand out registration cards. They would hand out books. They would be a part of it. They were employed by the company, so I included them in it. So whatever your skills are, how can you include them? How can you make this a fun transition instead of a rough transition? And for those of you parents who are out getting job number 1 and job number 2 and job number 3, skip 2 and 3. Don't quit the primary job. Whatever's making you the most money, keep that one job, get rid of the rest, and let's get a business started. So what are you going to do? Yeah, you got to sell something and you got to do it fast. I want you to test the market. So again, if you're an affiliate of mine, if you're in direct sales, you have stuff to sell today. If you like oil, sell oils. If you like skincare, sell skincare. If you like wine, sell wine. I have a goal setting company. I'm going to give you 2 links. You can be a partner in my goal setting company. Everybody needs goals. You need goals, so just use it. So I'm going to give you a link to be a partner in my goal setting company. Be an affiliate of mine. I'll give you that link too. So you're going to have 2 choices to make money, and I'm talking fast. So all you do is you brag about me. You talk about me. What did I do? I talked about Robert, right? He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Oh my gosh, it's the greatest story. We mostly grew up with a poor dad. Do you want to have a rich dad? I just told this story. You're going to tell my story. We're just going to transfer. If you don't like my stuff, sell somebody else's stuff. If you're in love with The Secret, I was in The Secret. If you love Bob Proctor's, be Bob Proctor's affiliate. So I'm telling you, attach to systems quickly so you make money today. Now, if you're just amazing at stuff, guess what you can sell right now today? You can sell your coaching. You say, well, I'm not a coach. Well, you have this amazing thing up here that has a lot of knowledge, and you can sell your expertise. And you say, well, I'm not organized to sell it, and that's the truth. That's actually why most people don't make money, is your knowledge isn't organized in a way for someone to buy it. So in the meantime, while you're getting a little ebook or a report, just meet with somebody. Meet with somebody, $30 for 30 minutes, and just share with them. If you're good at fitness, put a fitness program together, $30, 30 minutes, and maybe they pay you $30 a week from there on to help keep them accountable. I'm not talking about big money, I'm just talking about starting. All of you got to get started, and you have to sell something. And once you sell something, then we can amplify what you sell. But I don't want you starting if no one's willing to buy. And a lot of you, you're delayed because you're thinking, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I can promise you, for 5 years, I was in direct sales companies, I was in real estate, and I sold Kiyosaki and other people's stuff because I didn't have stuff to sell. And it was uncomfortable for me. And a lot of you women will feel like you're bragging about yourself. And then you're going to get over it because you're going to realize you're really affecting people's lives. And so you just got to talk about yourself. Like, I'm the best at millionaire making, and I should write a book about single parenting as a millionaire, because I know how to do it and how to help you hire like the person who's going to help you, which I'm going to jump to that and carve that. I didn't promise that, but I have to. You need to hire young grandparents, parents. Like, I've hired women in their 40s and 50s. Their families are gone and they really don't want to get a job, but they love being a mom. And you know what? I hired another mom that wanted to be a mom, and she was my nanny. She also became my house manager. And I can tell you, as a young mom, I didn't know how to run a household. Oh my God. Like, I know how to run me, but I didn't know how to run me and groceries and food and diapers and all that stuff. I mean, she was amazing. She had twins, beautiful woman. She's still one of my best friends. She really taught me how to be a mom. But you hire these little au pairs, they're going to go on dates. They're not going to show up on time. They're going to live with you. You don't even know how the hell to do it yourself. Jeez, don't do that. I can promise you, it's $1 trillion tip I just gave you. Hire your home help and do it quick. You say, well, I can't afford it. You got to make some money. Back to the make money. You have to get some money made in the door, and selling your time is not the end business model, but it's what you're going to do right now. So I knew that I could sell my time. So what did I do? January 8th, I did fly down, and I actually did a lot of real estate. But in addition, I sold financial coaching. I knew cash flow. I knew it in and out. And that wasn't a shared product with them. That was mine. It was my version of everything I teach you here on my YouTube channel. It was my version of how I did my millionaire strategy. It's my version of doing it as a single mom. I talked about all of those things. And guess what? A lot of single parents hired me because they knew that I was rocking it and I was making it happen. So I would sell my time. And I would sell 90-day coaching programs, and I kind of made it up over time, and I just got really good at it. You can do the same thing, whether it's nutrition, interior design, you can put on people's makeup, you can clean up their house. If you love cleaning, you have a cleaning company, there's nothing degraded about that. Somebody has to clean your house, and it can't be you. The biggest message to you is you've got to stay out front and make the money for that family, and you have to make enough money to hire the team around you. And I'm a master at it. I'll help you do it. So skill set, stay in your skill set, sell other people's stuff if you need to, get to that cash as fast as you can, and start putting a revenue model together. How much money do you want? How much money do you need to have? What I did, I had full-time care. And a lot of times because of my schedule, it was round-the-clock care. So it was not cheap, but it was brilliant because she helped raise my son to the extraordinary man that he is, and you can do the same. Stop fighting about all the divorce stuff if you are in that situation, and just become an amazing, proud parent, because guess what? They're watching you, those amazing children. Don't screw them up. So those of you that are loving this, subscribe to my channel, hit a notification. I have tons and tons of single parenting content that I'm going to continue to be sharing, and I have a book coming out on how my kids, my millionaires as a single mom, so stay tuned, subscribe. Every day I'll give you amazing tips that you can employ like today. So before we do that, I want to go back to one thing about how to charge. So charge to what the market is, right? So if you're cleaning houses, like there's this theory of if you charge just a little bit less, you'll get more business. That's not true. I want you to charge to the market in anything. I want you to go a little higher. I want you to provide value. I want you to be proud of your work. If you're going to out and clean a house, like I have a woman who I taught to clean houses. She's got 5 kids. She went from welfare to 100,000 She's not a millionaire yet, but she involved her kids, and she just put little touches in the house. And you always knew when she was there because she did this single rose thing. She put a single rose on the kitchen table that knew she was there, and she helped the kids organize their rooms. She did amazing, amazing work. And guess what? The family just kept paying her because they loved her work. And then the kids grew up a little bit. The 14-year-old boy started mowing their lawns, and then they started walking dogs. So all of a sudden, this family got a lot of revenue out of one family. And then you grow from cleaning service to home manager, help manage homes. There's so much you guys can do. I have one woman here, actually she's in Utah, and her business is called Every Mother Needs a Mother. So you single parents support each other out there. There's a lot of money to be made. Lots of families need help. You can do it. So if you want to join my team, I'd love to have you. I'd love to teach you to do what I did as a single parent. So I have a link in the description to become an affiliate. I want you to become an affiliate. I'm going to teach you how to sell my books, my game, my stuff. You get paid very well for that. In fact, I have a 6-figure model I'll teach you. If you want to add on some goal setting, it's called ULA. It's actually a direct sales company. I'm adding it into my coaching. That's why you kind of do have to do both things. Because my coaching with this goal setting, you're going to crush it. We're going to make more people 6 figures starting with you. So click on the link. Let's begin today.